business. This guy comes to town every Tuesday. Are you free Tuesday?
Yeah, I'm free Tuesday.
You can't stop what you can't see.
This guy came from the outside. He was a pro. He was fast.
In the art of the kill, Leon was the master.
Somebody's coming up. Somebody's serious.
He never missed a hit. He never got caught.
You're indestructible. Bullets slide off you. You play with them.
And above all else, he never had a reason to care. Until now.
Yeah. Just call me the professional. You know what's good about that movie? It's coming out again in 2026. Hell yeah. The Professional 2. It's one of my favorite movies of all time. The Professional. Yep. Damn right. That's gonna be a good movie. So evidently Leon lived and when they thought they blew him up. Yep, Leon the Professional. Now, I'm the professional in many ways. So what we're going to do here, this is going to be a cold start. Because I think people need to see everything, so I want them to see everything because they don't believe shit stinks. You know, you got to put the shit in their nose holes. So, same car, everything's the same. We're going to do a walk around. It's cold. Let me show you the old engine hood. Nothing's been running here. Let's do temps. 94, 93. We're in the sun. The car hadn't been running. No. I'll check the exhaust pipe for you. I'm going to show you everything's the same. Same amps, same wiring that I had to, hey, I'm not in the beauty contest business here. I'm here to make shit work on a budget. This is budget gear. All of it, refurbished $10 amp, $10, a piece amps here from Goodwill. I guess people thought, oh, that's what the noise is. No, it's called somebody that's not a professional trying to do installations. I'm not into trying to make it look good. If I did, I would be opening up something like Baby Gately and Shelly Mead does. I don't do that. No, most people aren't going to spend 200 grand on a damn install with two 12s and an amplifier. You know what I mean? I don't do that. So I'm going to do a whole car here with cheap shit from China, refurbished amp, Goodwill amps that are 10 years old, China. I won't tell you what they cost, but you probably would commit suicide if you knew what I paid for those. Yep. Recoil. I did run 1/0 instead of 4 gauge. I don't know. I gave JAL 1/0 and he probably used it on his own vehicle, so he put 4 gauge. There's 4 gauge right there, because that's what goes into the amps. Duck give me them DS18 stuff. Yeah, Duck's cool. I'm gonna do a startup, see if we got any noise problems. We ain't gonna have no noise problems now because the professional did it. Yep. Everything's the same. JLL, I do appreciate him giving me them ceramic fuses, but I hate to tell him there's no difference in them things versus a regular ass fucking fuse. A fuse is a fuse. Yeah, it's the same. If it's rated for a certain amperage, it's the same. I already had those, but he thought he was doing me a favor. No, he didn't do me a favor. JAL, I would have wished you, instead of putting them here, you would have not caused a noise problem. Because that didn't help me out a bit. No, that might have been, I don't know, I guess you thought that was generous, but though that's not generous when you cost me thousands and thousands of dollars. No. All the same wiring, same amps. Everything is the same. There's nothing any different. These are the two amps that don't match the other ones. They kind of look like it on here, but they don't. Like I said, when you get them out in the open, you can't tell the difference anyway. We found another loose connection the other day. Right here. That was loose. Flopping like a flounder, and it had never been tightened down. No. So we checked them all this time. You know, there's nothing special about this, guys. This is look there, that's that radio wire that goes to the front and all that stuff. Run it back here. Why did you have to do that when you got wires behind the radio? There's nothing wrong with them. Oh, and I was going to show you. The epoxy worked as far as keeping the plywood together. It hadn't separated no more. I'm trying to teach you to learn from the professional. I know it sounds arrogant, guys, but this fucking shit's true. JAL, you don't have to leave all that shit in there where you cut the wires but you left this wire connected with no antenna. There's no antenna hooked to the car. We cut it off in the back, remember? Because you said that was the noise problem. Well, if you still leave the shit hooked up in the front, you didn't eliminate nothing. No. I'm gonna make fun of you, dude, for a while, probably for a while, till I get tired of making fun of you. Yeah. It sucks when you try to take advantage of people. Hey, let me tell you something about this car here. Now, these aren't flimsy doors right here. You got you see there? These doors are solid. This car is solid, right? Now, if I do like he does and I roll one window down and leave this one shut, this part of the door, and I'll prove it if you want to see it at a show, is going to come out about 2.5 to 3 inches, the metal part, not no window, the metal. Yeah. That's why I don't demo with the doors, with the windows rolled up. I'm not trying to replace doors every day. I'm sure it's going to come to that point. The inside of the doors are moving 2 inches now. I've said that. Oh, let me do something right quick. I said I'd show you the tailpipe because people don't believe me, man. For some reason, they don't believe me when I say the car's not warmed up. There's nothing, there's no trickery going on here. There's the tailpipe. 73 degrees. Can you see that? See what the ground is. 74. So I can't make the exhaust cold. I haven't pre-planned or prepared for any of this. I know it's fixed because I'm the professional. I want you guys to be a professional, and you can do it all with that right there. Somebody asked me is there a better O-scope? Cheaper? No, this. It's all you need. A true badass O-scope is not going to be 56 bucks. They had these on sale right now for like $56. I'd buy them. That one right there I've had for a long time. 3 or 4 years. It's awesome. Look, we don't hear all that. Let's start the car. There's the radio coming on. Sounds quiet to me. Yeah. Everybody wants to see the amps on. There's the rear amps. You hear any noise? Well, you're gonna hear that noise. Look. Hang on. Yeah, so we know the bass is on. Radio's down. We know we got mids and highs. I'll turn the bass off.
Turd road and the country boy is all I'll ever be.
Now let's see if the amps in the back on the side are playing. Let's do that. Guys, I told you, when somebody screws me over, I'm gonna make a fool out of them. And if they say some shit on the internet, I'm gonna make a bigger fool out of them. Running, all hooked up. Green light running. You hear that running? Timpano has the fans in it. No fans on nothing. No trickery. These nuts is not going to do any trickery. Look, I didn't replace any RCAs to fix the noise problem. They're foamed in. This whole thing's been foamed in for months. None of the wires changed. That's why I hadn't put any covers on, because I said, I'm going to fix this noise problem for somebody that don't know how to do it. And I proved that that person does not know how to fix shit and does not know how to wire things. No. The alternators are still on the car. Does everybody want to see the alternators? They're both still on and hooked up. There's no trickery here. I mean, I'll leave there's the fans. You hear the fans? You want the interior light on? There you go. You want the rear light on? There you go. Everything's still hooked up. I mean, you see, watch, it's going to pull down when I turn all this shit on. Look at there. It's all on. Okay, and turn that off. We'll pop the hood and I'm gonna let you see both the alternators are still the same. Nothing's changed. What JAL didn't tell you was he hooked the alternator up backwards. Let the car sit overnight, and one of these alternators was 200 fucking degrees or higher. It was higher than that. I think it might have been 250. You see the alternators are still there. Nothing's changed. Nothing. Same shit. But he failed to tell you that he had this backwards. Yep. Burn up my voltage regulator. I'll show you where they had to change that. There's modules in here. There's the brand X voltage regulator. There's two modules in here, and this one was burned up because he wired the alternator wrong. Yep. All this foam is the same. All the wires are the same. We'll eventually neaten stuff up, cover it up more, whatever. I'm not really worried about any of that stuff, but I wanted to show you that everything is still the same way. The only difference is he doesn't know that you can't run grounds all over the damn place. They have to be centralized in certain situations. When you do the Big 3 kit, leave your factory grounds hooked up, guys, gals, and morons, and non-experts, non-professionals. Can you imagine? Now, I got money. I got plenty of money, guys. I mean, that's obvious. Everybody knows this by now. Imagine somebody that was on a true budget. Somebody want to know how much I got in this car. Well, I said I would never say what the enclosure amount cost, and I said I would never say about the wiring cost. And I'm not going to tell that. If I keep a secret, I'm going to keep a secret. But as far as what's in this car right now, I got probably, now this is my cost on what I paid. The alternators I originally paid for, now they're free. But they were like $340, maybe. I got a deal on them. I bought two at the same time. I got three. I'm gonna say they might have sold them to me for like $300 back then. So so just say $600. EB Flex wire is the best wire you can get. It's 2-aught wire. It's a USA made wire. It's a Class K wire, but wire is wire as far as copper goes. It's just copper, guys. But the outside's different. That runs under the car. The reason I got welding cables is because the elements of road grime and grease won't affect it. I'm trying to teach you as I go here. $10 Jensen amps, that's 20 bucks. I'll just say I don't give a shit. These are probably cost me $60. Those amps. The earthquake hum buzzers. It's called a buzz cleaner. That would keep anything from like LEDs or anything bleeding into your system, because LEDs can create noise as well. That'll stop any of that if you ever have a problem. These are kind of hard. Well, you can find them. I think I got these for like 15 a piece, so I got 3 of them. There's 2 there. There's one down at the bottom. The Timpano that's a 3,000 watt TPT. Just on the mids on the doors. That's on the Neos. That's a refurbished unit, and I think it was 90 bucks, $90. Recoil stuff I got a deal on. The wire, I got the wire for $100 a roll. There's one roll of 1/0 in here, and maybe a partial roll, say 50 bucks on the 4 gauge. I don't have that much in here. There's probably, I ended up taking the shit out, so there's probably only $10 of wire in here. Guys, I told you when Patrick had this wire on sale, you should have bought it. It's OFC 1/0 and 4 gauge. You could have got it shipped to your house for $100 a roll. The batteries, 1,100 each. They're do-it-yourself kits, 1,100 bucks. That's $2,200. These amplifiers, I don't care. I'll tell you what these cost me, not shipped. They were $180 a piece. Yep. The fans from China were $5 each. The cock box from Scott Bowman, I think, might have been 40 bucks. The fuse holders are all Amazon shit. The speaker wire from Amazon at the time when I bought that wire was like $40. It's all OFC copper, 8 gauge. The control panel and all this for Colite I bought from Jerry for, I think, 100 bucks. Jerry, I bought all these bars and stuff, but he went and bought more anyway. And I ended up having extras in them boxes over there. The voltage regulator was like, I want to say between 280 and 300 for the dual regulator. The speaker wire is all Scar, and it's Scar and what's the other wire? Let me think about it. And it's OFC as well. Scar and what's the other company? Rockville. Yep. The Timpano Neos, they don't make no more. I got these on a Black Friday sale. I bought 8 of them. I had 8 of these, and I bought all of them for $400. The Timpano tweeters were 19 a pair. There's 6 in here. Recoil up here, $15. These were $180 like years ago, but I paid, I think, $100 for 2 sets. And that 2 sets will do 4 replacements, recons on the tweeters from Earthquake. These are called screamers. They're bad as hell. 5-year warranties on these things. You can't get them anymore. Bought these from Duck for, I can't remember, I'm gonna say maybe 30-40 bucks. He gave me a deal. I'm not gonna say what the A-pillars cost. I'm not gonna say what the doors cost. That's between me and Duck. He hooked me up. The bar Duck give me for free. The metal on the roof was free. Got that from work, and I got it painted for free. This was done by Derek's Powder Coating for 30 bucks, 2 layers, black and clear. The epoxy was part of the deal of the box, so Jerry and them bought that. All the terminals I bought, and the subs, I can't tell you the price, but I will tell you, you're not going to get that price. No, they're cheap. If you want to sit down there and do the math, you do the math. The plywood and all was part of the deal. It's all birch. And the glue, I paid for the glue. I'd say I probably had $130 in the glue. The PP subs, I paid $10 a piece for them subwoofers. I've got boxes of them, and the reason I bought boxes of them because they're badass. The little enclosures I paid, they were on a Black Friday sale. I got them for $120 for a pair of them. There's 5 1/4 recoils on these back doors. 40 bucks for both of them. The bass knob, this is the Pro bass knob. LAF, you can look it up. I paid retail. I didn't get a deal on that. The radio was an open box, scratch dent from Crutchfield, and it was $115 for that JVC. You know, the one that's been bad 4 times. There's nothing wrong with it. The control panel was part of the deal. That's $100 bucks to Jerry. Those are about $300, so he gave me a deal on that. I appreciate that. Like I said, guys, I keep it real. I'll tell people appreciate things even though they fuck me. These right here, Amazon, what, $5 a piece maybe? And I go see people buying all this bullshit that costs $100 to say what the fucking digital gauges are. I mean, it's just stupid. That's about it. Oh, I'll tell you what, one of the biggest costs that cost me was being the guinea pig for the alternator kit. And that was $1,400. That was expensive. That was a lot of trial and error, a lot of damn R&D work. And the belts cost me, they're about 50 bucks a piece in belts. They're expensive, but listen, that belt runs forever. It's you don't hear no squealing and shit on that little bitty belt. Y'all seen that. I took the battery out of here. Everything's running off the back 2 batteries, and it's just got the six slot battery connections. They're just out of the way. I mean, them things are like, what, $25 for both of them a pair. And other than like little, you know, terminals and shit on the wires and stuff, I'd say I probably got 20 bucks total. Duck tinted my windows, gave me a hell of a deal. I put 2 shocks on the car, and I paid $4,200 for the car. The car had 100,000 miles on it, and it was a salvage title. The air conditioning works, the heat works. It gets 38 miles per gallon. I bought it from a Russian lady and her husband in Spartanburg. Everything works on this fucking car. My dash is not cracked. I got some lag bolts from Ace Hardware. No, I got these from Tractor Supply. You buy them by the weight. And this steel was free. The paint was free. That's probably about it, guys. I can't think of anything else that really stands out. I did forget Vibraflex. Now I got a good bit of money in Vibraflex. The whole car was done with 3 layers of 160, I believe it's 160 mil Vibraflex and Sundown. The reason I said I don't have a problem with Sundown is, and I don't have a problem with Sundown at all. Sundown has helped me out in more ways than one, but I'll tell you one way they did. I had ordered some Sundown from Down for Sound. Jonathan was out of town. Not his fault, but it was his employee's fault. I waited 3 weeks and never got the shit. He kept saying it was delayed or it was shipping and it wasn't there, and it was just a bunch of bullshit. Called up the manager up there, and she had not a clue what the fuck was going on, and that's why I gave Jonathan a bad rating. Said, Jonathan, when you're gone, your employees suck. I mean, not all of them. I can't say about all of them, because I've had a lot of great dealings with Down for Sound, absolutely. And I like Jonathan. I do not have a problem with him. But if you look at this roof, you can see it's pulling this roof down so hard. It's kind of like bowed to steel. Can you see the steel's bowed? That is 1/4 inch steel. That's how much pressure it takes to keep this roof down. If I don't pull it down that hard, and this is with the cracking, this thing is gonna make so much noise it will drive you insane. But now, like the way it is with the big wrenches, this has got pressure on it, guys. It's not moving. I mean, you cannot do nothing. I'm hitting it. But on the Vibraflex, what I ended up doing is I called Sundown and said, is there a problem getting Sundown deadener? And the lady said, no. What's wrong? I said, I can't seem to get nobody to ship me any. She said, where'd you order it from? I told them. She said, it'll be going out today and you'll have it tomorrow. They did a drop ship and told Down for Sound that it's took care of. Yep. So Sundown's awesome for, hey, I haven't had any trouble. That's why I said I don't dislike Sundown. I just want to try something different. We might run Sundown one day, I don't know, but right now I'm not doing it just because I want something different. I'm not trying to get the same piece of pussy that everybody else is getting. No, I want me a little bit different. I don't want to be the Sundown whore. No, and like I said, I don't have a problem with Sundown. But that's what I got in the car, guys. And that, like I said, there's 3 layers on the roof. There's 3 layers on the floor. There's probably 60 plus cans of Red Devil, and there's some great stuff in this roof. So the Red Devil's cheaper. I probably got $200 in that shit. That's, when I say this is a budget build, it is a budget build to get this loud. This car is extremely loud. It's not, guys that have sat in it before, multiply that times 3. Look, I had somebody puke yesterday in the car, not in the car, but outside the car. I took another guy a ride and he choked every bass note, and I thought he was going to die. And he said, man, I had heart surgery in December, I'm afraid. I took another buddy of mine out in it, and I asked him, he was the one that's been in Jerry's, and he's been at the Sundown shows and everywhere else, and I said, does Jerry's shit beat this? No. I said, is this the loudest 3 subs you've ever heard? Yes. Miller said the same thing. I'll tell you the same thing. I've had another buddy that said he thought his lung was collapsed when he got out of the car. I'm not bullshitting, guys. This is the truth. So you can hear it when it's at the show. I'll be glad to play it for you. Other than that, that's the cost I got in the car. The interior stock, the carpet's the same carpet. It doesn't, I mean, all this needs to be vacuumed. Other than that, I don't got no money in it. This is it. There's no money in it. Let's see if we can, how cold that area is coming out of there. Let's see if it's cool. Let's check that with the old temp gauge. Because some people don't believe the AC works. Let's see. We'll sort of shine her down here. Let's see. 74. Oh, 64, huh? 63. Yeah, 62. Getting cooler. 61. Awesome. 60. Yeah, it's going to get colder the longer I keep that on there. It's not even wide open. You can hear it wide open. There you go. Oh, check that out. Everything works on the car, guys. Everything except for the airbag, which has been took out unless you want it to blow up in your face. Everything, even the seat belts are in the car. It's got to be plugged in when you get in it. No check engine lights, no nothing. Everything works. Now, you might think you can do the math on your calculator after this video if you want to. Cruise control works. Everything works. Oh, I did disconnect the horn because it's going to constantly beep when the bass hits. Nothing I can do about that. I need to put a separate switch to be able to still do it, but not use this. We disconnected that on purpose. All the power windows and door locks work. Everything works. Alarm still works. Everything works on this car. I'll prove it. Real good at proving stuff. Guys, I'm doing this for a reason, to try to teach you something. It doesn't take $1 million to get super stupid loud. There's the alarm. Everything works. The only thing that don't work was that, and I don't give a shit. I can't see out the back anyway. You guys take care and have a great day. Thought I'd share. I watched Queen Combs video. People were nosy and wanting to know what she spent on her vehicle. I like her and her whole family. They're fucking killer people. She's on some videos I filmed. So I got 11,000 views on that video. Every time I'm down there, that's the first people I come up and give a hug to. So yeah, I'm not a fucking racist. You know, Queen Combs, she's a black lady. Her family's black, and every time I'm down there, they offer me a fucking water. The professor I go to and shake his hand every fucking time I'm at the show. That's the first people I go see. Yeah, so I'm not racist. You know, for the some bitch calls me a racist. Yeah. And when I'm down there, there's normally the black family that they have the waters and hot dogs and shit.